I get asked a lot about how can I keep practicing yoga if I've been diagnosed with osteoporosis or osteopenia. And my answer is, and it really does depend on how severe your osteoporosis is that we want to stay away or avoid extreme forward bending or extreme twisting, and to focus on the movements, the poses that keep our back extended and help us work on balance, strength, and flexibility. What we want to remember is that yoga is a tool to help us feel better. And like any tool, the power of the tool or the capacity of the tool depends on how you use it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through 7 super fabulous yoga poses together that are safe and really help us feel better in the body we woke up in today. Let's get started. Our first pose is mountain pose. So stand with your feet about hip width apart, roll the shoulders back, and find your best posture. Now, in this pose, we want to practice standing tall, feeling our feet on the floor beneath us and just getting into our body instead of thinking about our body. Pause, breathe, find your greatest posture. That was 30 seconds, and that one was so good. I'd like to repeat it and focus a little bit more on our breathing. So once again, we're going to stand with our feet about hip width apart. The timer is on. Find your best posture and breathe softly. Feel your breath traveling throughout the body. Feel yourself balanced and in control. And be okay if you're shifting a little bit side to side. That just means that you're adapting and adjusting to the environment around you. That was mountain pose. Now we're going to go into extended side angle pose. So now your feet are wider than hip width apart. Let's start with your hands on your hips. You're going to take your left leg and turn it out. So now your left toes are facing the wall to the side. You're going to take your right foot and your right leg and turn them in a little. You should feel comfortable and steady in your hips. Then you're going to take your left hand on your thigh. I'm starting the timer, and we're going to reach our right arm past our head. Reach your right fingertips up and away from you. Press the outside of the right foot into the floor beneath you and push your left hand firmly into your left thigh. Find the extension of your back. Find your breath. That was extended side angle pose on the left side. Take a moment. Notice how you feel. Do the sides feel different? Are we more in our body instead of constantly thinking about our body? Take the right leg, roll it open, and then once again, turn that left leg in. Allow your hips to move with you. Then we're going to bend that right knee. The right palm is on the right thigh, and the left arm sweeps over the ear. The main focus here is an extension of the spine. Now, once you have that, push your right hand firmly down into your right thigh and find some more space in your body. Press the outside of the left foot firmly into the floor beneath you as if you want to push the floor away from you. That is extended side angle. Hands back on your hips. Now we're going to do warrior 2, which is a distant cousin to extended side angle. The legs in the feet position are the same. So you turn the left foot out and the right foot in, and you allow your hips to move freely with you. You bend your left leg. And you are working on getting it parallel, but you don't have to go down all the way. And we're going to start with our hands on our hips. Let's get the legs correct. Push into that left heel and just a little bit press that left leg back. That will give you some stability and strength in your hips. Bring your attention to your right foot and push that right foot into the floor beneath you and stretch it away from you. Lift the torso. Keep your back extended. Super fabulous. That was a variation of Warrior 2 on the left side. We're going to do the right side. So turn the right foot out and the left foot in and allow your hips to be free. Bend the right leg, and you are going for parallel, but you don't have to go all the way down. You want to feel strong and stable. Now, push your right heel into the floor and press that right thigh just a little bit back. Your left foot is pushing firmly into the floor beneath you, and you're trying to stretch the floor beneath you with your left foot behind you. Keep your torso long. Find your breath. Lift your chest. Super fabulous. Bring yourself up. So now we're going to go to the floor, and we're going to start off on all fours, and we often call this table. And you're welcome to put a blanket underneath your knees. So we're here, your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. You're going to reach your scalp away from you and draw your tailbone towards the wall behind you. So what we're doing is we're practicing having a long back versus having a compressed back. And you're welcome to stay here, or we're going to go into our next yoga pose, which is a downward facing dog. And I call this downward facing dog a greyhound because greyhounds are big and spacious. So you push your hands into the floor and you bring yourself up. Now, if you need to pause the video and watch, please do. But notice that my knees are bent and I'm sticking my bum up to the sky. This helps my back stay long. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Push your hands into the mat and stretch the mat forward. Find your breath. This is a greyhound, a big, spacious, downward facing dog. Bring yourself back. We're going to do that one more time because that is a super fabulous pose. It strengthens the body, it builds stability in your shoulders, and it's really just one of those poses I want you to take with you and be able to really understand and feel good about. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Find the length in your back. The timer is on, and we're coming up into our downward facing dog. Let your knees be bent. Let your hips be high. Be okay if you need to come down, if you can't stay up the whole 30 seconds. Progress takes time. Building strength takes time. But it can be accelerated when you work slowly, consistently, and smartly. Let's take one more deep, full breath. And then slowly, slowly come down. Notice how you feel. Is your back longer? Is your breath steadier? Are you more in your body instead of thinking about your body? The next pose is a healthy back extension. So we're going to come down and be on our belly. And you're welcome to put a blanket underneath your hips for comfort. So we are working on extending the spine, but we don't want to do it too much. So we're going to start with our elbows in front of us. Let's say your elbows are a bit in front of your shoulders. Lift your chest. The timer is on. Now, push your chest or project your chest past your arms. And as you do this, you should feel a nice extension in your lower back. Now, what do you do if this is too much for you today? The solution usually is to walk the elbows forward more. Lift the chest, find your breath. Feel your back extending, feeling long and strong. Super fabulous. Come down for a second and notice how your back feels. Do you feel more space in your body? We're going to do that one more time, and we're going to go through a super fabulous tip that really helps keep our back strong and help us just feel better in this gentle back extension. So once again, your elbows are a bit in front of your shoulders. If you're more flexible, your elbows can be underneath your shoulders. And we're going to extend or project the chest forward. Now, to keep this out of the lower back so it feels good, because yoga is supposed to feel good, gently draw the belly in. And what that does, it insulates and protects the back. Push forearms into the floor beneath you and gently pull the mat or the carpet, whatever is beneath you, towards you. Take a deep, full breath and exhale. What a fabulous pose. And then bring yourself down and then just take a second and notice how you feel. Is there more space? Is there more stability? Are you more in your body instead of constantly thinking about your body? The next series of poses, we're going to be sitting cross-legged on the floor. So if you have a bolster or a couple of pillows at home, you can sit on that. What I like to do is I like to sit on 2 yoga blocks. But what we want to have besides whatever we're sitting on is an extra yoga block. So grab a bolster, grab a pillow, grab a couple of blankets, and then we're going to sit cross-legged on the floor. Now the key with sitting cross-legged on the floor is that you want to keep your back long. If you feel you're sitting like this, we don't want that. Elevate your seat. This can also be done on a chair. And now we're going to take a moment and roll our thigh bones in. So lift your leg up just a little bit and roll it in. If this isn't working for your knees, your hips, your ankles, your back, your psyche, the next 2 poses or 2 stretches can be done sitting on a chair. So we're sitting cross-legged and our back is long. And we're even going to take a hand to our back for a second and find the extension, find the length, find that feeling that we had in the back extension that we just did and in mountain pose. Then take your yoga block and place it on the right side of your floor or your mat. Then push your right hand into that yoga block. And if you don't have a yoga block, it could be a couple of books or even a small box. The timer is on, and we're going to take our left arm up. So what's happening is that we're using gravity and leverage to find some space in our side waist, in our side back. Push your right hand into the yoga block. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Find that left hip and see what happens if you work on pressing, pushing, anchoring that left hip down. Now bring yourself up, and that's what I call a seated side stretch. And notice how super fabulous that left side feels. Let's get the other side. Now, if you can, cross your legs the other way, and it won't feel the same. It'll never feel the same. But think about it like this. If you do yoga for a year or 10 years or 20 years and you always sit the same way, no wonder we feel a little bit imbalanced. We're working towards balance in our practice. Take a moment and roll the thigh bones in, and then take that same yoga block to the left side of your mat. You're going to push your left hand down into the yoga block. You're going to take your right arm up. Now, push left hand down. Reach right arm up directly to the sky. We call that 12 o'clock. And then you're going to find that right hip. And it might be up a little bit, and that's all right. But think about this. Try and anchor that right hip a little bit down. At the same time, the back is long, extended, like it was for all of our poses today. Let's get one more deep breath, and then slowly, slowly bring yourself up. and notice the space in the side. We're going to cross the legs the first way. And again, if this is too much for you, you could keep it one way. It's absolutely fine. And then once again, we're going to roll our thigh bones in. We're going to take our left hand to the top of our left thigh, and we're going to take our right hand to our lower back. So first we find the same posture that we found in mountain pose. Then we rotate to the right. Now, as you do this, use your left hand to push down into your left thigh, and that will help you extend your spine. And use your right hand to remind your back that there's space there. Pull right elbow back, gently spin left ribs to right. Super fabulous. Come back to the center, cross the legs the other way, and invest a moment, it's so worth the investment, to roll the thighs in again. Then, right hand, top of the thigh, left hand, lower back. First find your mountain pose. First find that extension, that stability. Then, push right hand into thigh, left palm into back, and then gently rotate to the left. Spin just a little bit, right ribs to left. Find your best posture. Find your strength by pushing right hand down into the right thigh. Come back to the center and let's pause for a moment. And for 30 seconds, we're going to simply breathe. As you breathe, notice the breath gently traveling through the body, through everything we've worked on today. Give yourself the grace to be a beginner, to find something new in the body you've lived in all your life. And give yourself the gift of taking 2 more deep breaths to end our practice. Notice how you feel. Let me know how this practice went for you, and let me know which pose was your favorite today. Remember, yoga is a tool that we can use to help us feel better in the body we woke up in today.